What's up, guys? Welcome back to the D-Class Moto podcast. We've got just me and Hayden tonight, but if you see this janky computer with tape on it right in front of us, if you're watching, we have TikTok live going right now, and hopefully we're going to have some people join in, and we've kind of got a way we can make them join us on live. So until then, we're just going to talk about whatever, and hopefully we don't completely forget about this.
Yeah, honestly. Feels like it's been a while since we recorded an episode, but we've had so much going on between like work, travel, and then,
sorry
like,
for
writing.
everyone listening. We've had like a number of people reach out, been like, "Yo, when's the next podcast coming?"
Yeah,
it's been probably like a month. Just honestly, like obviously this isn't our full-time job.
Yeah,
and there's just been a lot going on this month, but we're finally sitting down. We haven't done one just me and Hayden in forever.
Yeah, which feels pretty cool. Like I kind of like it feels more like we're at home when it's just the two of us. Just the two of us.
Well, last time we did, I think both of us together or just us two was like right after you messed up your shoulder.
Yeah, I don't even know if we've done. Yeah. And then just after, because I was in a sling.
That's what I said, right? Just right after. We did one like talking about you getting in your little incident.
Oh, yeah.
And then after that, we did Levi, then Moto Fam, and then we had Huck It Up.
Yeah.
And so right after this, we're about to record one with Nick Rogers. I think it's the Rogers Land on TikTok. So be on the lookout for that. We're going to try and we're recording. Oh, I see Nick Rogers just joined. What up, dude? we're going to be on with you in a second. So this one we're recording right now, I'm going to try and get it up like ASAP.
Yeah.
Since it's been like a gap since we've done one. And then hopefully we can get some more going here in the next like week or two. We're going to try and record. We've got obviously one that we're recording like an hour with Nick. And then we're doing one with Dayton Briggs next week. And then hopefully we've got some other ones lined up. That Grayson Thomas guy, the guy with that was making fun of your O'Neal pants. We're doing one with him soon.
Yeah, we're gonna have to talk about that because I can't wear that anymore and nobody wants to buy it, so it's just gonna sit in my closet.
So what do we want to talk about? What's gone on since our last?
Dude, we raced at Loretta Lynn's.
Yeah, I mean you can't phrase it like. I mean I guess you can phrase it like that, but so what we did was. Loretta Lynn's had a woods race, and we had never raced in a woods race.
Nope.
We only raced in like any type of race, once or twice. I've raced twice. You've raced once, right?
Yeah.
At Scrub and Dirt.
Yep.
So anyway, basically there was this one weekend, there was nothing, no tracks were open. And then our buddy was like, yo, there's this like woods race going on at Loretta's. And we were like, you know what? There's literally nothing else to do. Let's just try it out.
Yeah. And plus the weather was nice to be out there that day. But there was no other tracks that were open that day.
Yeah. So I don't know. I think there was supposed to be bad weather, and then it ended up being a nice day. But yeah, so we rode this, it was the Warn series, WORN. I think they do a number of, honestly, we don't really even still know what exactly we did, but we both entered this race. And Hayden had like never ridden woods.
I've never been on a trail on a dirt bike. Like that was freaking crazy. There were zero idea what was going to happen. And then we show up, and then I kind of understood how the starts worked. Which Connor and I both beefed.
Oh gosh. Yeah. So for those that don't know, for a woods race, you're supposed to start with your bike off. Which is fine if you have an electric start bike or a brand new 2-stroke or a bike that's going to kick first kick every time anyway. But anyway, so they release, we were in like, obviously like the back of the pack. Cause we were in like, we just signed up for like the most beginner class that was possible. And so like all these groups were going, and then they finally got to our line, and it's like kind of similar to a motocross start, but obviously there's no gate drop. They just like, wave a flag
and then you kick your bike and go.
Kick your bike and take off. So they waved our flag. Everyone kicked their bike and took off. And literally, it's like, like probably 20 people in our class.
Yeah.
Everyone takes off except for me and Hayden. We're just sitting there, which I don't know what took your bike so long, because you have a easy...
my bike starts usually first kick when it's warm. Like even when it's cold, I've gotten it to start relatively close to like first kick. But I was like, oh, I'm going to start in gear because then I can kick once, then just wide open throttle. Because that's what usually everybody else does. And that's what I was thinking in my head. I'm like, oh, I'll just start in first gear. Like I can do that. And then if you don't get like a good solid kick on the first go, it's it doesn't flood, but it has problems. And then Connor and I were both ended up like kicking. And we were the last two on the gate. And we both got our bikes started at the exact moment. And then we're like, wah!
Yeah,
just,
obviously
like,
my bike, for those watching, it's this
the
one
blue
bike here. And it's like, a 4-stroke that you have to kickstart. So obviously it's going to take a few kicks to get it going. It took like at least 10.
So we're already tired too. Well, I wasn't really tired. My bike has like 0 compression. So
yeah. So we got a late start to that. And then, so our buddy Josh, he's the one that invited us out there. Josh Ritchie. Shout out to Josh. He went down like really early. We passed him, and then he got back up. And then like right before we started, Josh was like, "Hey, just FYI, there's some big hills." We were like, "All right, no problem."
Yeah, we're thinking like halfway through. Okay, here's a hill.
We get like 30 yards into the track. And there's a hill that's like
up,
straight up like this.
Yeah, it's
and like
the biggest hill I've ever seen.
If I had known it was coming, it probably wouldn't have been that big of a deal. But I was just kind of like paying attention, and then I saw Josh went down. I was like looking at him, and like I look up, and it's just like huge hill. So I'm like, all right, so I get on the gas.
Yep.
You end up stalling out. I
stalled out because I'm trying to go up it in second gear, which either I burn my clutch up or I go up in first. Like there's no middle ground because I didn't have enough power to get up it in second.
Yeah. So Hayden stalled. I was right behind him, so I slammed on the brakes. I ended up stalling my bike, and then that just resulted in this like huge ordeal. It was like one of those hills where like if you've seen videos of it,
you're stuck.
Like there's like a bunch of people there to like help you when you stall out. So luckily there were like some awesome people there to help us. I ended up having to go back down the hill and roll start my bike because my bike didn't want to start on the hill. And then I got up the hill and like started going, and then I come around a corner and Josh is on the ground. I'm like, "Yo, dude, you good?" And he's like, "No, I just separated my shoulder." So I was like, "Oh shoot."
Yeah.
So I like stopped and talked to him for a minute, and he was like, "Hey, like this is like obviously like a race, so you can keep going if you want." He's like, "I already got someone coming to get me." So I took off, and like that's never like a good like first sign.
Yeah, the first element, we get through a hill, and then immediately we're like, "Oh, dude, our buddy's down, like out for the count. His bike's laying on the ground."
Yeah, and like we already don't know at all what we're getting into, and then you come around like the first 10 minutes, and you see a dude like dislocate his shoulder. We were like,
that was pretty sucky.
Gosh. But other than that, like it was pretty fun. One thing we didn't know is that so like obviously we're like super new to this whole woods racing thing. Honestly, it's probably gonna be the last one we do.
Yeah.
It was a blast.
Racing the woods.
It was a blast, but it was, man, you were on the bike for what, like 2.5 hours straight?
Yeah, I had to fill up my freaking tank. I almost ran out of gas. Thank goodness you were there, because if you weren't, I probably would have pulled off, and then that would have been the end of my race. But
yeah, so but basically what ended up happening, so there's this like pit area that we didn't know about.
They didn't tell you anything. We're going into this so blind already.
Maybe we were the only people that this was the first time we'd ever done this. Yeah. But there's like a pit area for those that don't know. If you ever decide to do a woods race, there's a pit area, and so that's where you put like your gas and like your water and like I guess like snacks if you want them or anything. So we didn't know any of that. So we're like on the line about to start, and they're like, "Yo, you put your gas over there, right?" We're like, "No." So anyway, I did a lap. And I was like dying of thirst. I was like, all right, I have to go back to the trailer and get some water.
Yeah.
So I went back to the trailer. I'd already like beefed it like 4 or 5 times at this point. And like my one of my like bolts had fallen off, and like one of my fenders was flapping all over the place. And so I went back to the trailer. I didn't know where Hayden was. I knew you were ahead of me at some point. I went back to the trailer and I was like, you know what? I'm just going to bring Hayden his gas so at least one of us can finish this race.
Such a legend.
So I grabbed my Doritos, grabbed my water. I was shoving Doritos down my jersey.
Dude, him rolling up to the track, like when we went back to the truck and trailer, we're like, dude, we're hauling a lot of stuff. And then Connor brought all of that to the track. You should have seen me.
I was riding. So I went back to the trailer, and then I was riding back to the pit area. I had your gas tank in my lap. I had Doritos stuffed down my shirt, and I think I had like a Gatorade or something.
You had 2 Gatorades because you had one for you had either 1 or 2.
I only brought 1. I just let you chug the rest of it.
Okay.
But yeah, then I was like, dude, you should have seen me try to get the bike going, because like I was trying to like I think that I was clutching it, and then I was like trying to like, I don't even know how I got rolling. But then once I got rolling, I was like, all right, I can't stop till I get to my destination. So I like put it on back over to the pit area. I was like, I hope Hayden like doesn't go back to the trailer.
Yeah, you just
And
see
so,
me.
like, I was
you just
just,
see
like-
me driving back to
Well, I
the
had no
trailer.
idea where you were either. So I
Yeah.
just was sitting there and I was like, I'm just gonna keep an eye out for him.
Sure.
So finally I saw you coming down that hill. I was like,
Yeah.
yes. So I like waved you down and got your gas filled up.
Dude, that was, I felt so legit in that moment, like having somebody there at the bottom of the hill. And I was like, because I didn't see Connor initially. I rolled up and I'm like, dude, like, where's Connor? Oh, and then I see you and I'm like, oh my gosh, I just got so excited because I had gas now and I had, you had some Gatorade for me. That's the number one thing that I wish I had was like a Camelback for water because I was so
like everyone else had.
so thirsty. Yeah, like literally everybody else. I was so parched of thirst, man. But yeah, that was really cool. A lot of the elements out in the woods, like you're literally just like going through a 1-lane track where somebody had been, like, I don't know how they prep those things, but
I don't think they prepped them. I mean, they just put like
signs up.
Yeah,
which I got lost.
Yeah, I got lost like 3 times.
Yeah, that was really difficult.
I thought it was fun. The only thing I didn't like was that, like, since it was a race, you were like, so obviously you don't have a sight lap. It's a 9-mile loop, so it's not like you're gonna take a 9-mile sight lap.
Yeah, that does.
So we went into this thing having no idea what we were going to, and then like you would feel like you were in like a good groove, but I didn't want to like floor it because I didn't know, like, who knows when like a massive boulder's coming up around the corner.
Yeah, it's so first time experience. You have no idea what's coming up. So to just, click up into third and like haul, like it's just not going to happen. At least for me, I was in second, just lugging the 125 around. And honestly, that was really nice. I think it did way better than I expected it to, for the amount of power that it puts out. But I had a lot of fun just kind of lugging the thing around, not really getting it really into the power band. So the downhill stuff was pretty gnarly.
Dude, I stalled my bike so many times and just roll starting it.
Yeah.
I just hear, and then it was just like dead silent.
Yep.
You could just hear like chains snapping. I just like drop the clutch and let it go again.
Yeah, you just kind of let it do its thing.
I did that probably like 5 or 6 times.
Yeah, honestly, I lost track of how many times I did that on my bike.
But yeah, that was a fun little ordeal. It was awesome. I mean, we got to say we like raced at Loretta's.
Yeah.
We did get. We got to see the Loretta's track there.
That was pretty cool. I mean, it was not prepped or anything. Well, because it had recently been damaged in the flood a couple months ago.
So I'm sure everyone knows about that flood that happened out in Waverly. It was like literally like 2 weeks after Loretta's.
Yep.
So we saw the track and it was all the jumps are still there. It was just like super rocky.
Yeah. Everything was kind of washed over, so there wasn't like a single rut.
It was honestly, it looked like super like when we were there in August, it was like a dark color. It was like almost like sand looking. Yeah. So like light colored soil, which I'm sure once you till it and water it, it'll look a lot different. But we got to talk to one of the guys that he kind of like. What does Anthony do? He like manages the events there and things like that.
Yeah, he's
he lives on the property and does a lot of different things for Loretta Lynn's ranch. But he was saying that obviously they're going to have the Pro National there again in August, I guess.
It feels like it's so far away.
Yeah, but he said they're gonna take a few extra days. Or probably like an extra like week to prep it. Yeah, let's see what's going on TikTok. Tyler Films is in here. Hey. Yo, if you want to join, request to join, and then we can get you in here to hop on the podcast real quick. But yeah, that was kind of what we've been up to lately. We went down to Atlanta this past weekend.
Rode at Scrub and Dirt, and rode at our first like sand track, which was really gnarly.
Our R3 is kind of sandy.
Yeah. I guess
we rode at this track. It was called... What was it called? Ivy's, I think.
I have no idea.
It was in like Macon, Georgia, if anyone knows. We went, so we met up with the boys from Huckett Films down there, Michael and Carlton, because they're from down there, and I grew up down there. So we were there. I was actually in town to surprise my dad for his birthday. Ended up not being a surprise. My sister kind of ruined it. Whole ordeal.
Wow.
But hold on. We'll do this after. I think we've got someone trying to join live. Add guests.
Oh,
yo, Tyler Films is about to join.
Hey,
I've never. Yo, what up?
Yo.
Did it work? Can you see me or no?
Yeah, I got you.
We got you. So
you can see me?
well,
Yeah,
so
I
we
can
can
on my-
see you, but so we're recording the podcast right now. We've got the audio recording,
Oh.
but when it goes live, they won't be able to see you on video. But we're gonna do one like a full on one with you later, and we'll make it all.
Yeah,
perfect.
for sure.
But yeah, so what have you been up to?
I just went snowboarding, but not a whole lot because we're still in winter.
Yeah. So where are you at?
Not a whole lot of riding. Where am I at?
Yeah.
Iowa, like central Iowa. I
Okay.
don't know if you guys know anything about Iowa.
I know there's corn there.
Iowa.
Yeah.
Hawkeyes
Did they tell you
fan.
that?
I don't know. I just know Iowa is like the corn state.
No.
But then also
Yeah.
like in a lot of your videos, there's like cornfields in the background too, so that makes sense.
Ooh.
Yeah, so I don't farm or anything, but we do. My neighbors do, so we live like around the cornfield. So it took me about when I went to school, it took me like 20 minutes to get to school every day.
Dang.
I mean, that's about what it took
Yeah.
me. I didn't go to school like near my school, but that's cool. So how'd you get into riding dirt bikes?
So I started when I was really young. I started when I was actually like 2, but
Dang.
then I got out of it. Just I started playing baseball, and it just over the years it took up more and more time. If you guys have ever done team sports, I'm sure you kind of know how that
Yeah.
goes.
Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't have time in the summer. I had a Piranha pit bike. You guys know what that is?
Yeah, those are. I don't think I've ever seen one in
It's
person,
it's
but
like a Japanese knockoff.
yeah,
SSR.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, so I had that. Those things actually ripped, but it actually ended up starting on fire.
Really?
Like, completely.
If it starts on fire. Oh my gosh, I love
So
that.
I tried to push it into the field, right, and put dirt on it. Starts the whole ditch on fire.
Oh
my gosh.
Fire department comes.
Yes.
Yeah, it was a whole ordeal.
Dude,
But it actually was good because then I ended up getting a 250. So
Nice.
a 250.
so I
You
got,
went from like a pit bike to a
brand new
250.
2018 Yeah, I got a 2018 250 KX.
Holy cow.
Oh, I think we lost you.
And then
Oh,
a
there you
year
go.
later, my dad ended up getting a 450. A year later, my dad ended up getting a 450, and
Jeez.
it ended up being easier for me to do stoppies on the 450, so I just started riding that.
What?
Dang. So that's what you're riding now?
Yeah, I've been riding the 450. I have 50 hours on the 250 and 50 hours on the 450.
Dang.
What's your
So I have
what's
like
your initial
100
thought?
combined hours on a big bike.
So how did you get into, so like obviously like on TikTok, you're kind of known for doing like these like cool tricks, like the stoppies, the wheelies, things like that. Like what made you kind of start doing that and like posting it and getting some traction there?
So, like I said, I actually started my first videos I ever posted on TikTok were baseball. And I just I posted like 1 or 2 videos of me like riding in my front yard, and they did like, they got like 20 or 30K or something like that. And I was like, oh shit, that's pretty good. Because like I wasn't even good at riding. Like literally I had like 20 hours on a bike. I was like, if people want to like watch that, then like I was like, I can do that all day.
Yeah.
So I literally just kept doing stoppies. Literally, I mean, I don't know if you guys have seen my crash videos or my compilations,
I've seen some of those. Yeah.
but I can't even fit all of them into an Instagram video. Like there's probably like more than like 10 to 15 videos just crashing doing a stoppie in the past. In the last 50 hours I've rode the bike.
Really? I mean, I can imagine.
So
yeah, in order to get the back end up high enough, you have to like really commit to it.
And the other thing is, do you guys follow Axel Hodges? Is on YouTube?
Oh yeah. I was the one who convinced him to do. I just want to say this
You
here.
did not.
No, I want to say this here and like live because like I commented like so many times on Axel Hodges. And I was like atting him. I'm like, Axel, like do a whip to a wheelie, like, and he did it. And I was like, dude, I swear I convinced him. Okay,
he did it like a week ago, right?
Yeah, but I've been like hyping him up.
No,
so
I
he's been,
know.
like,
So give Hayden all the credit. He's been talking about it for like
Let's go.
the last like 6 months. Like, yo, I wonder if it's possible to like whip into a wheelie.
And then he did it like a couple weeks ago, and I was like, dude,
He did
I
a
influenced
bunch,
that.
dude.
I
He went on a
influenced that.
spree.
Yeah, he
He
went.
went on a spree where he's doing a bunch of tricks into wheelies.
Yeah.
Or into wheelies and stop.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can land into wheelies good, but I definitely can't do tricks.
Dude, that is.
I did some like no handers and no footers, but
Yeah. Yeah, Andrew did
the
a
one-
Superman unintentionally.
Unintentionally.
yeah, I've seen that. The one I did a no footer into a stop and I crashed, and that video's got like 2 million views on it.
Oh,
Dang.
worth the views.
Oh yeah.
Do it
Well,
for
that's
the
cool.
gram.
So are there any good tracks out there where you're at?
Yeah, you guys ever heard of Oak Ridge? It's
sounds
probably one of
familiar.
the bigger ones.
Okay.
There's that Winterset. There is a decent amount, but I really just don't go to tracks a lot because I can ride in my yard and it's just so expensive.
Yeah.
We feel that. We
Yeah. We just spent $100 each.
Yeah, we spent way too much money this past weekend riding.
Yeah. And that was
And
just
we
for one.
The-
literally on the drive
The
back,
one
we were
time-
like, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was to say the one time I went to a track, bro, I did a stoppie. This kid literally runs up behind me. I was nowhere near him. He's like, get out of the way. He's like, get the fuck out of the way. I'm like,
What?
I'm like, dude, we're in the C class. First practice.
Chill,
I'm not even-
dude, you're
I'm like,
just
we're not
C
even
class.
racing.
Yeah,
Like, we're not
son.
even racing. I didn't know if he knew who I was or was just an angry kid. But
Hmm.
I was like, dude, who wants to come back to the track after that?
I
Yeah.
mean, some people at the tracks are just like,
I own the track.
Yeah,
I run the track.
they can get a
And
little
you'll
over the
meet a
top.
lot of nice people.
Oh,
I
yeah.
met- I met a
Dude.
lot of dope.
Yeah. There's a lot of sweet people out there.
But then there's just that one
Mhm.
dude that thinks he either owns a track or is just the biggest badass in the world and needs to
Mhm.
prove his. I don't know. I'm like, I get it if we're racing for in the A class or the B. I'm like, dude, C class practice, buddy. Like,
Yeah.
I'm just
We're in practice.
and it wasn't even during the practice. It was while we were like leaving off the track. I'm like,
Of
I'm not out
course.
here pulling stoppies in the middle of the track,
my
like getting in
gosh.
people's way.
Yeah. So
I'm
it
just trying to have fun.
so it looks like that area where you film a lot of your videos, is there a track there? Because it looks like there's like some jumps and like some stuff that it looks like it's kind of been overgrown by grass. But did you guys
Mhm.
build that or what?
So yeah, we used to have a tractor. My dad built that when he used to ride. So we have 9 acres. But yeah, I don't ride the track all that much. If I do, it's normally just like doing stoppies on it. But that's why it's overgrown because I don't do like laps on it.
I gotcha.
But we're trying to get a tractor, and yeah, I want to build a bunch of stuff. Like just do like a mini sleigh ground deal, have a pit bike track. Like
Dang.
we
look at
do
you.
have we got the 2 wood ramp things and the landing. So
That's sweet.
Yeah, that's pretty sick.
Looks like you got a pretty sick setup. You got.
yeah.
We both live on like less than an acre, so we're definitely jealous.
Well, I used to live on 6 acres.
Yeah,
And we had it.
I know Huckett Films was making a little track.
Yeah. He's
their
making a pit bike
backyard.
track, I think.
So you guys, do you just whenever you ride, it's at the track?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we can't ride at home, so
I mean,
Yeah.
I did.
Mhm.
I had tried doing a
Well,
couple wheelies in the
yeah, we
in the
can.
front yard.
But we both live in like neighborhoods, so
Yeah, I'm rolling up and down the subdivision every
Yeah,
once in a
for
while,
sure.
you know. But
Are you in Georgia?
we are
So-
in Tennessee.
Yeah, so we're in Tennessee.
Or-
But we
Oh,
ride
okay.
we ride in Georgia a good bit. We were riding in Georgia this past weekend. And it's like a 4-hour drive to Atlanta.
Yeah, plus
Um,
time to go to the track.
Mm.
But I mean, honestly, it's not that bad because if you can stay somewhere and like drive down for the weekend, you have a whole weekend to go ride. But if you're just coming down there to ride for like a day or two, it's
Oh no, we wouldn't do that.
it's
but
kind of rough.
For sure.
I grew up down in Georgia, and my parents still live there. So
Mhm.
whenever we ride down there, we get to crash with them and have a free place to stay and all that. So
Yeah, that's sick. Do you ever see like any like dudes out there, like professional dudes?
I mean,
I mean,
there's-
because obviously I don't where I live. Like nobody's out here.
I mean,
we
there's plenty of fast guys out there. So like all like those like pro riders, a lot of them train in like South Georgia, like basically right on the Georgia-Florida border.
Mhm.
Okay.
That's where like Ricky Carmichael's place is, where all the star guys are now.
Mhm.
And then like I think Millsaps has a facility down there.
Okay.
There's like I think like 5 or 6 like training facilities in South Georgia. But one, I think they're all like pretty private. Like I don't think they would let us just roll up.
I'm sure they don't want to come out in the public if they don't have to.
Yeah. I think for me, the people that I see that are like pro-ams or whatever, it's the kids. There's a lot of 85 riders that I come across that are like the fastest rider on the track, even like 250, 450s. Like there's this kid on an 85 that I saw at Loretta's. I think his name's Hayden too, if I'm not mistaken.
And the Haydens are just
a lot of Haydens.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know for sure, but I know he rides an 85. It's like a YZ 85.
Okay.
But dude, that kid scrubs, whips, and he's so fast. I think he'd arguably be faster than the fastest 450 rider that I saw at.
I bet, dude. There's some fast little kids.
Yeah, and
the Rogers Land's commenting saying that he sees a lot of pro riders at WW Ranch and Club.
Oh, cool.
Club MX.
Yeah, I mean that makes sense.
Where's Club MX?
I know a lot.
North Carolina.
It's either North or South Carolina.
Okay. Is that where Deegan's at right now?
Yeah, he's in Florida.
So he's at. So now that he's on like the Star Racing deal, he rides at the Carmichael Farm.
Okay.
Which is like,
I thought in one of his last videos it said he was in Georgia, but maybe not.
Well, so the Carmichael Farm is in Georgia, but it's like, so all those Star guys, they live in, I think it's like Tallahassee. And then they just drive up, like Tallahassee's the closest like big city, which is in Florida, obviously. And they just drive up to the Carmichael Farm, which is in like South Georgia. But I think the Deegans were training at Club MX. I might be completely wrong on this, but I think they were training at Club MX before Loretta's this past year.
Like on their own.
I mean, there's a lot of people that train at Club MX. Obviously, the Club MX team.
Yeah.
But they're kind of a facility that I don't know if they're like open to the public.
Yeah, I don't think they're
not.
Yeah.
I think they do have a couple of like ride days where anyone can show up. But I think
Chad Reed has a track out there in, I think, North Carolina.
Yeah, he just bought a track. It's called like something
MX40.
Yeah, 40, I think.
Yeah, it's sick. It's got a lot of different tracks.
Yeah, we would love to do some sort of like South Carolina trip or something where we hit that track.
That'd be so sick.
There's one or two tracks that I used to ride as a kid that were like right across the Georgia border. It was like in this dude's front yard, so it may not even be a track anymore.
Yeah, like 1 minute.
But yeah, so the Rogers Land said Martin races for Club in the 450 class and Marchbanks. They're open, but it's a practice track. Okay.
Oh yeah, they probably have. Yeah, I know they have a lot of tracks because I know Hunter Cross. He did a podcast. I think he's there, and he was talking about how they have like a bunch of different tracks there.
Yeah, I mean, just from the videos I've seen. Also, like if y'all haven't seen Club MX's Instagram, might be the sickest Instagram.
They run it pretty tight.
They just post all these like.
Better than Team Fried though.
No,
Team Fried's Team Fried's pretty tough.
But
no, I bet it is sick.
So Club MX, basically what they do is they just post all these like slow-mo videos of guys like practicing on their Supercross track and like doing like brake taps and like seat bounces. I just remember like, oh shoot, we're about to run out of.
Yeah, we're gonna cut this real quick.
We got to pause because our camera only goes 30 minutes.
In 3, 2, 1.
I got actually. My brother just made dinner, but it was good talking to you. We'll get on whenever you guys want. I'm free, so whenever you want to do the actual one.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
We'll do like a full on one with you here before too long.
For sure. And you said you guys do it on Zoom.
Yeah. So you can do it. There's like you can get an app on your phone or on your laptop or whatever. It's pretty easy to do.
Sounds good.
Dope.
Yeah, it was good talking to you guys.
Yeah, thanks for hopping on.
Yeah, for sure.
See ya. We're back. Sorry if you're watching and it went blank for a minute. It's because this camera
30-minute timer.
30-minute limit. But yeah, so for those listening, that was Tyler Films. I guess even if you're watching, we don't have video of him, unfortunately, because it was all on TikTok Live. But we got good audio of it. That was Tyler Films. Check him out on Instagram. We're gonna do a full length with him for too long.
Yeah.
But we're gonna kind of try and wrap this up soon. We're about to do a podcast with Nick Rogers, the Rogers Land. I think he's on this live right now. But we're gonna wrap it up so we can do a live with him, and then we can go get some late dinner.
Yeah.
But before we wrap this up, we want to talk about Supercross.
I wanted to say, one other thing I wanted to say was after we got done racing at Loretta's for that trail race, Like the one thing I wanted to like, I don't know. It wasn't really after I finished, but the last lap I did there, I ran up on this kid who broke down. And this is for all you like Hucket Films. Anybody that wants to run that, I don't even know who.
I think it's called
makes
the Dirt Tricks sprocket.
Dirt Tricks rear sprocket.
Y'all know what I'm talking about. It's like the
it's like a rainbow colored, super low profile. Like there's not a whole lot of material on it. Don't run that if you're racing a trail. I saw that thing wrap up this kid's swing arm and he was stranded on a hill. Literally couldn't do anything. So if you're gonna race woods,
how far back into the woods was that?
Like a mile at least.
So we were like loading up the bike and we saw him like go by, like his bike was like set up on top of someone's four-wheeler
and then being drug out of there. So if you're going to run flashy gear, you better be prepared to pay the price because the flashy stuff doesn't always run.
I'm sure they're nice, but the problem is like there's so much space like between each like little piece.
Yeah. If there's any deflection, that thing will bend. And that's exactly what it did. And
like
then it folded up his swing.
The Renthal sprocket, or the knockoff Renthal sprocket that I have, it's got so much like real estate on it that it's hard to like that thing's not gonna like
it's not gonna fold.
It's not gonna run up my swing arm.
Yeah, it won't fold in half. There's plenty of material. But anyway, that's my little rant. Like as cool as it looks.
Oh, they look sick.
It looks so cool, but I can't trust it. And
yeah, well, I didn't think they were bad until we saw that, and I was like, oh yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna run one of those.
Maybe I get one for a show.
Yeah, but Michael and Carlton both run them, and I mean they look cool.
I mean they're not fast enough anyway. Oh my gosh, they're fast. Yeah, we rode with them in Georgia. They're definitely quick. So
yeah,
yeah. For trailies, probably stay away. But anyway, I don't know what's some other super sick stuff we've been doing. Oh, one other thing, we haven't been able to freaking ride together since like Loretta's. Like that was the first time that we rode together.
So you like jacked up your collarbone.
Yep.
And then we didn't go for a long time.
Yep.
You rode a couple times. I rode once or twice maybe. And then we rode at Loretta's. But honestly, we didn't really ride together because we were separated the whole time.
So you had a gig in work. So you were in the Keys, right?
Yeah.
So you were in the Keys recording. And then I had an opportunity to go to Valentine for the first time. And I think I went with my dad.
You've been twice, right?
Yeah, I've been twice.
Yeah, I still haven't been to that place. That's sick.
It is really cool. And I'd love to go back. But I went there with my dad. And he's like, oh yeah, I might hop on the dirt bike. I haven't ridden a dirt bike in a while. We get to the track and it's like a full-fledged prep track. That was probably one of the nicest tracks I've been to. So shout out to Valentine. You guys really killed it on the prep. My dad's like, yeah, no, I'm not getting on a dirt bike today. I was like, yeah, fair enough. But there's this super huge table, which I think I'll hit next time I'm there. But it's a 79 foot. I don't know why they call it a 79 footer. It's like probably at least
not 80.
Yeah, it's not 80, but they call it like a 78, 75. I don't know. Big old tabletop. You have to hit fourth tapped on my bike. And I let off every time because I don't know. I ain't got the balls to hit it yet. But anyway,
this guy said on live, he said apparently they last really long. I think he was talking about the dirt tricks.
Really?
I think that's what it's called, dirt tricks.
Okay. I mean, if they last long, like that's awesome.
They last long unless they run up your swing arm.
But you know, that might have been maybe he didn't tighten the bolts.
Maybe that was his like 1,000th hour on this rocket.
Maybe it was. Maybe he's running that thing for like 10 years. But all I know is I saw that thing crunched up his swing arm, and that he was basically stranded until the dude on the four-wheeler came by and picked him up. But old Renthal on the 125 is still hanging on tough. So
sorry, what were we talking about?
Oh, so Valentine. I hadn't ridden with you, so I went to Valentine once, and then I came back, and then
you went again,
and then I went again, and then then
we rode it.
No, we didn't. We went with Loretta's, but we didn't really get to ride together. We were super solo.
Then I rode at R3.
Yeah, by yourself,
by myself,
and
I don't really like riding by myself.
It's super weird. You're I mean, when you're on the track, it's different. Like you're on the track, you're obviously focused on yourself, but when you get to ride or follow, like I love following Connor because he teaches me so much, and
because I'm so much better than you, and you
whatever.
No, Hayden's gotten a lot faster than me, as was proved this weekend, and he's on a slower bike. So well, it's making me look great.
I don't know, dude. When we ride, if we ride on the track that we like, I I have insurance that I'm like fully aware of. Like if I get hurt, like I have no care because I have insurance to cover it.
And I do too, and I'm not trying to like.
That's not what I'm saying though. Like I need to spend a certain amount of money in insurance every year, otherwise that money just goes down the toilet. So if I don't get hurt, I don't get essentially paid. So in my the way I view it is like
that's how it works.
I'm gonna send. I pay like my premiums or whatever. Anyway, I'm gonna send it as hard as I want to send it. Because I understand the risk reward. Like obviously I have to show up to work on Monday and work, but if I don't, I have a check waiting for me once I go to the hospital.
My job is to have a job where like if I can move my fingers and I can do my job.
Yeah. So I have to turn.
If I break both my legs, my boss is gonna be like,
"Why are you at work today?"
Guess you can still sit at your desk, huh?
Oh my gosh, I don't want to picture this, but all I picture is Connor in like this little wheelchair.
Me and Colt Nichols over here.
Yeah,
but,
so we hadn't ridden together in like forever, and then we finally got to ride this last weekend, which was so much fun, dude. I love riding with Connor.
Riding 2 days in a row though.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
It's a toll on your body, especially when you're our age.
Anybody who rides a 2-stroke, hopefully you can relate. Maybe I'm just a wuss. I don't know. But my fingers, like the grip strength I had, the next 2 days was just really bad. I'm trying to grab things at work and I couldn't like wrap my hands. Like I'm trying to like really crank on something and I just couldn't quite get it. But my hands were shot. My legs felt pretty good. I did a little rock climbing earlier that week, so I felt.
Dude, my legs was feeling it. My hands were fine. You're on a 4-stroke. What is this muscle? Your
quad.
Your quad. Yeah, my quads were. I couldn't.
Blasted. Yeah, they couldn't.
I felt sore for like 4 days.
Yeah,
I still feel a little.
I'm telling you, man. Anybody out there listening, ice baths are the key to success. I'll live and die by that. I really believe. Ice baths are the best way to recover. It's really hard to ice bath your whole body unless you have like a 55-gallon drum to sit in with ice, but I don't know. Well, not everybody has that luxury, but I can really only do like legs down in our bathtub. I'm like so tall, but
yeah. Well, so let's go ahead and wrap this up because I'm already getting hungry. We got to do another podcast before we eat.
Well, okay. What are we going to eat though?
So you said chili bee.
I wouldn't mind going to...
The problem is I had tacos for lunch.
Oh, well, obviously we'll go somewhere else then.
I mean, I'm also not opposed to eating tacos like every meal of my life.
All right.
So
everybody, I want people to guess what Connor's favorite fast food restaurant is because I already know what it is.
We're not going there tonight though.
I know, but like
I'm probably going to go there tomorrow for lunch.
You eat there at least 3-4 times a week and...
I mean, so does probably like.
Yeah, I was gonna say, so does like everybody else, but
Chick-fil-A for those listening.
Oh, it's so good.
I've got actually 3 free packs of nuggets from them, but I don't want to use them tonight because I'm going to use them tomorrow probably. Anyway, right. So
yeah, we'll wrap this up.
Do we want to talk any Supercross or?
I will say this.
I want to point out real quick. I was right about Ken Roxon. If you go back so with the Moto fam, we did a bunch of predictions because we filmed that episode like right before Supercross season kicked off. And I said, first of all, Hayden said that Ken Roxon's going to win it this year.
No. No. That's not what I said.
You said it's Ken Roxon's time.
I said it's Ken Roxon's time. Either he wins the whole season and wins a championship this year, or he doesn't and he retires.
Well, I said Ken's going to finish outside the top 3 and Chase Sexton's going to do better than him. Which
I probably agree with that. I probably would agree with that.
Well, just to let you know, at the end of the season, I'm going to take those clips and clip it all up to where like Hayden's like, hey, yo, Ken Roxon deserves it. And just slow-mo of Jason Anderson, Tebow, and Ken Roxon. And then,
as I'm saying like, oh, Ken Roxon's going to get it. Ken Roxon all the way. And then it's just like a slow T-bone.
Yeah. And then it's going to be me where I'm like, oh, I think Chase Sexton's going to do it. And then it's going to be all the montage of all Chase Sexton's
like wins
going across
the finish
throwing
line.
A fat whip across the finish line.
Yeah.
It was a major bummer to see Chase go down this past weekend.
Yeah. Fantasy league aside, I am super bummed to watch Chase go down. Honestly, I was really surprised. Like with 2 laps to go.
Dude, I heard there's some controversy that it was a bike issue that caused that.
Really?
I don't think it was. I think obviously like everyone saw the pictures of his wheel. His
wheel was so bent
up.
You couldn't rotate the wheel in between the forks.
Some people were saying it was like a suspension issue that caused his forks to compress that caused that jackknife basically.
Interesting.
I think that he said that he made a mistake.
Yeah, he leaned too far in and the bike understeered out.
Yeah.
And then just high-sided.
It was a bummer because that was I think it was the last lap, right?
That was 2 laps to go. And then Anderson passed him, and then Anderson had one more lap and ended up winning. But even Anderson gave he was super humble on the podium. Like, I really appreciate that out of Anderson. I think that just goes to show what kind of character he has, to not go up there and be like, yeah, I was out there just like throwing the laps down. And I knew he was getting tired and he was going to mess up. He was super humble, and he was like, no, Chase was really hauling. I had nothing to catch him with. It's just really unfortunate he went down. So,
I like Jason Anderson. I mean, I like Eli Tomac too.
Mad respect. Yeah, Eli. Oh, dude.
Eli.
Both Blue Crew riders in the 250, 450 have literally had to track down. Literally, both leaders in the 250, 450 have had to run from the back of the pack to the front. Christian Craig did a fantastic job. And then Eli also as well scavenged, I think, ninth.
Those Yamahas, they're quick.
And then one other thing, Levi Kitchens.
Not Kitchens, dude. Are you serious?
No. Listen.
Levi Kitchens. Our buddy.
I know it's Levi Kitchen, but Levi Kitchens.
Okay.
Is
You're saying plural.
Yeah. So when he took, I think, was it? What did he placed third in his heat?
He ripped a whole shot. His first ever gate drop.
Ripper Magoo. Oh, Levi.
He ripped a whole shot.
I know you're watching this, Levi, because we're tight like that, but how freaking sick was that? We had no idea what he was gonna do. We already knew he was, coming off an injury from practice in earlier in the season, or not in the season, but earlier in the winter, was it?
It was during the offseason. He kind of jacked up his shoulder.
But anyway, he came back better than ever.
He was 100%.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that. He came back and he just absolutely shredded. Oh, dude, that first heat was so sick.
Apparently, I didn't see it, but apparently he got a terrible jump off the gate in the main event.
Yeah,
he fought his way back pretty well. I think he ended up ninth.
Yeah, that was really sick to watch.
So here's something I want to talk to you about. So 109 Nate.
Mm-hmm.
He posted on Instagram a day or two ago. He was like, I don't think Levi Kitchen's legit. I will bet anyone $100 this weekend.
Where's my money?
He places outside the top 10.
Where's my money?
So we're gonna place this bet?
Yeah, I will.
50 a piece.
Yeah, I'll throw $50 in there.
All right.
1098. Watching this.
I'll message Nate when we get off of this, and we're in on it.
Yeah.
That Levi finishes inside the top 10 this weekend.
Yeah.
I can't watch the race this weekend though because I'm snowboarding. You're gonna have to keep me updated.
You'll be on the
Actually,
on
no,
the
don't keep me updated because I'm gonna just
watch it when
not be on social media until the drive back on Sunday. I'm just gonna watch the race on Sunday.
That'd be sick.
So you want to wrap it here?
I think so. I think I said everything I wanted to say. Levi, we love you. We hope you do better.
Levi's gonna finish in the top 10 on Saturday and win us $100.
I know, right? This is gonna be sick.
109 Nate's buying our gas money next weekend.
Oh, dude, that'll be. You know how much we spend in gas, bro?
$120 this weekend is how much we spent.
Yeah. Thanks, Joe Biden.
Dude,
anyway,
I filled up on the way here. I put $15 in my tank because it was $3.90 a gallon.
That's insane.
Yeah, at the little gas station between my house and yours, $3.90 a gallon.
I also pay $4.50 for my gas because it's premium in my car.
Well, tonight it's probably $5 something. All right.
Yeah.
Let's wrap it.
All right, dudes. Thanks for watching D-Class Moto Podcast. Stay tuned for the next episode we're about to drop with
Nick Rogers, the Rogers Land. So this podcast, we're recording it. What's today?
Thursday the
24th. I'm gonna try and get it up tomorrow or the next day, and then hopefully this podcast with the Rogers Land will drop one day next week. That one's gonna take a lot more editing because we're gonna have a guest on and all that.
Yep.
This one, if you're wondering why it's just one camera angle the whole time, I'm trying to drop it super quick, so I'm probably not gonna do a ton of editing on this one.
Yeah. Which is fine because most of our views come from audio. Listening.
Yeah, I mean, audio is kind of the way to listen anyway.
Anyway.
All right. So that's a wrap for this episode. Thanks for listening. We will see you next week. Peace.